Hi there. Let's talk about the global power shift through Paul Kennedy's decline thesis versus Fareed Zakaria's rise of the recent argument. Um, on that account, history teaches us one important truth. Global power is never permanent. Empires rise, they peak, and eventually decline. Um, to understand today's shifting world order, we turn to major thinkers, Paul Kennedy, who argues that great powers fall due to imperial overstretch. And on the other hand, Farid Zakaria argue that global power is shifting because of the rise of the rest, not America's collapse. Um, these two frameworks offer very different explanations for the 21st century geopolitics. Let's break them down. First, Paul Kennedy's thesis, the burden of overstretch. In his landmark book, The Rise and the Fall of the Great Powers, which was published in 1987, Paul Kennedy argues great powers decline when their global military commitments exceed their economic capacity. Um, this is the core. This is the core of imperial overstretch. Um, how Kennedy explains decline? First, the state expands, and then second, military obligations increase. And the third level is economic base cannot keep up. And the fourth one, decline becomes unavoidable. And for historical examples, we may give the Spanish Empire as an example. It had huge army, but weak economy. For instance, the Ottoman Empire, uh, it had rising military costs and also shrinking revenues. And for the Soviet Union, it had a massive military burden. It couldn't longer sustain. And when it comes to the United States of America, Kennedy's warning uh, for the country, uh, there are some kind of urging points in Kennedy's argumentation. The first one is global military bases everywhere, and as a result, expensive wars uh, happened, and also rising national debt is a huge issue for the United States of America, uh, and slowing economic competitiveness is another fact. And if that continues, America may follow the path of previous overextended empires. Um, when it comes to Zakaria's argument, which is about not American decline, it is about global rise. On that issue, Farid Zakaria challenges this pessimistic view. In the post-American world, he argues the issue is not the decline of America. It is the rise of everyone else. And according to him, the United States of America remains the world's most powerful nation. But other countries like China, India, Brazil, Southeast Asia are rising rapidly. And that creates a diffusion of power. And on that argument, key elements are the first one, America still leads. That is the fact. The second one, but America no longer alone. And the third phase, new centers of power. are emerging. And the last one, global economic power is becoming multipolar. And for that argument, we have Zakaria has some indicators like China's share in global manufacturing is an indicator, and also India's demographic and technological growth is another one. And at the same time, as ASEAN's economic dynamism, and also uh, as a result, the global spread of innovation is the last indicator in Zakaria's thesis. And in this sense, Zakaria's world is not collapsing. It is rebalancing, actually. Um, let's talk about whether Kennedy's and Zakaria's arguments are they complementary or contradictory, or do these two theories conflict? Um, in fact, not really. You know, Kennedy says great powers decline because they overextend. On the other hand, Zakaria says great powers weaken because others rise. And reality in here is that both forces are happening simultaneously. And the United States of America faces both internal burdens, external competition. Thus, the global power shift is multidimensional. Um, we need to accept that the United States of America, uh, is still dominant, but its uncontested hegemony is fading. Uh, for as an example of that kind of phase, China is the leading country uh, in both thinkers' arguments. I mean, China fits Kennedy's rising power model, and also at the same time, it leads Zakaria's rise of the rest narrative. When it comes to Europe, uh, economically strong, but politically fragmented. Regarding India, uh, demographics and also technology leads the country in the future as a great power. Uh, and at the same time, we have middle tier powers like Turkey, Brazil, and Indonesia. They are increasingly assertive and also influential. Um, as a conclusion, whether it is decline or rise or both. I mean, so what explains the 21st century power transition? Of course, Kennedy is right. Great powers can exhaust themselves through overreach. And of course, Zakaria is right because the world is rising, even if America is not collapsing. And as a final takeaway, global power is not shifting because one actor is falling, but because many others are rising fast. And the US is not disappearing, and the world is catching up. That is the final analysis. Thank you for watching and listening.